Hello everyone, welcome to Slipjoint Sawyer. Today we're going to be taking a look at another Swiss Army knife by Victorinox, and unfortunately this one is very recently discontinued, and we're going to be looking at the Cybertool Lite. You can see I managed to pick this one up new in box, and the box is looking a little bit worse for wear. It's a little bit damaged, but the product inside was brand new. It's a little tiny bit scratched, obviously where it's been rubbing about in this plastic for, well, however long it's been in there for. But this is the Cybertool Lite. Now, Cybertool is one of my favourite models based off just one tool. I'm probably going to have a go at making a custom with that tool, or I'm going to get Dan over at Blade Bridge Custom to do so. Because, you know, it's the best one they've released, for me anyway. As far as I'm concerned, this is the best tool they've released on any of their knives. It's the most useful, bits are interchangeable. You basically get like 6 different tools in one layer, which I think is fantastic. Let's have a look around the box. So this is the display style box. So this would be hanging up in a shop. So you got the little hanger bit up there. The Victorinox logo, original Swiss Army knife made in Switzerland. And then we've got founded there by Carl Elsner. Cybertool Lite, a list of all the sort of functions there, the basic sort of functions, but it does claim to have 36 overall. Victorinox down the bottom there. And on the back, we have a list of all the sort of different tools, but not the exact amount of functions, because obviously some will do different things. And they're calling this the essential kit for mountain rescue. Now, I'm not entirely sure about that, because there's some tools on there you probably wouldn't use, but I mean, whatever they want to call it is cool. Model number we're looking at is 1.7925T.NP. Of course, that stands for Cybertool Lite. It's got the barcode underneath. Bit about their guarantee, all bits and pieces like that. Let's pop that to one side. So here it is, Cybertool Lite. It's a 91mm design. So for that, we are looking at about 3.6 inches closed. Now, it is quite a chunky boy. It's 6 layers, but 2 of those layers are thicker than a normal layer. So it's probably about the same thickness as maybe an 8 layer as normal. So it is a big, hefty one. It's one I would definitely be carrying on a belt. I wouldn't sort of be carrying this on in my pocket. It would be a little bit too chunky for that. But all the Cybertool models then, you have the ruby red Cellidor scales with the Victorinox shield inlaid in there wonderfully. You can actually see Victorinox through that stands out on top of the tweezers, if I can get that glare to go away. You can make that out just there. And then you can see the sort of inner workings of the scales where it's strengthened with those sort of slats that go across. On the front then, tools, you get the tweezers, standard grey tweezers for this. Pop them back in there. And then on the back, you get the plus scales, and that's also standard for all the Cybertool models. So for that, we're getting the pen. You also get the toothpick. And then you also get the pin for that as well, which sits very nicely down inside there. Now, there are pictures of this being sold with the corkscrew screwdriver and without. It's very sort of hazy of what I can find online, whether it came with it or not. Mine didn't, but I did add one because I had a spare one. So, I mean, if you pick one up, it may vary. Some have come with it. I know my normal Cybertool, the Cybertool M, came with one, but this one didn't. So, I mean, it's give or take whether you seem to get it or not. So I'm not sure what happened with that. But that's the outside tools. And then on the back, we have the parcel hook and the punch. Now, that's all you really get on the back of these. Of course, you have to be sure that the springs will designate what tool is going to be on the back. So if the spring can't accommodate it because of the tool on the front, you're going to get less back tools. But for this one, you get the awl with a punch, reamer, whatever you want to call it, the hook and the corkscrew. Also got the keyring on there as well. We get the standard opening layer on this. So you get the can opener with the small flathead screwdriver, and you can see this is all in immaculate condition because this is brand new in the box. Classic Victorinox finish. You can see it's like a tumbled polish with a nail nick on there as well. On the left side, you get the cap lifter with the wire stripper / bender and on a half stop. And of course, the large flathead screwdriver on the back as well, which you could always use as a small pry if you wish. Next layer then is what makes it the Lite, basically the Cybertool M with this added layer. So this is the little torch. Not super bright, this one does need the batteries changed, just haven't got around to doing it yet. but it's sort of a slide back to turn it on, forward to turn it off. And you can change the batteries by pushing the little screwdriver into this little circle, and then this back cover comes off, and it's 2 CR1225 batteries. And then this little tab here hooks down on that little brass pin there and holds it down, just like that. And then you would sort of operate the torch like this, but you can see it really needs changing. And then on that layer, as of course it would have room spare, is the magnifying glass. Big fan of this one, great for reading those older tang stamps if you like going hunting for old knives, or if you just struggle to see bits and pieces. You can see it does bring up things nice and big. You can see bring up the watch there, Orient, and like all the hands around the outside and the little symbol there, so that works great. You have to bear in mind that the snap is never going to be the best on this, because this tool doesn't use a spring, it just sort of sits in there, so it is sort of weak on the open, but there's a little bit of snap on there on the close, and I think cleaning out the OEM grease will definitely improve that. It's something I haven't done for this one yet. Next up, slap bang in the middle, you get my favourite tool, is the inline driver, which is the interchangeable bits. Opens up on a half stop, you can have additional torque for that, or you can open it up all the way and use it as a proper screwdriver. And then if you pull this little black tab here, you get all these additional bits in here as well. So you've got a small Phillips with a medium-sized Phillips on the back. You have a large Phillips with a flat head, and you have a T8 and T10, I believe that is. And then you have, this might be a T6, and then apparently that on the back there is just a number 4 hex drive, which I never noticed before. I thought it was just there was only one-sided, but learn something new every day. And that sort of just slots down in there, and then that black tab holds the tool on there because it is only a little ball that holds it into that. Next up we have the Pliers, another fantastic tool, and you can see this is one of the newer models with the crimps or the clamps in the middle here to use sort of seal wires together. And you also have the wire stripper there right in the middle of the jaws. You can see it just closing. Not for the biggest of wires, but it works perfect for small sort of wiring jobs. And these pliers are great for around the campfire. Maybe if you carry those pots and pans that don't have handles for a bit more lightweight carry, use that to move it about. You can sort of move twigs about with this. When you're soldering, you can hold your item with this, so you're not burning your finger when you're trying to hold something you're soldering. Works great for that. And again, fantastic snap on all these tools. Victorinox definitely know how to do their quality control. And behind that, I believe we have the scissors. Not much to really say about those. I love the scissors. A lot of people love the scissors. They're a great tool. In environments where maybe a blade isn't the best option, scissors definitely my go-to. And the spring design has been there for many years, and I'm glad they've not changed it because it's perfect. On the back of that then, we have, if I can get it out, the main blade. See, this is a newer tang one with the 3 lines. We have Victorinox, Swiss made and stainless on there. And on the back you get the Officer Swiss. Not a single scratch use on this at all, that's just my finger marks from rubbing across it. Edge, perfect. I wouldn't expect anything less from Victorinox. At this point I've had so many and they've all been perfect. I'd be really disappointed if I got one that was sort of wonky or, you know, not perfect out of the factory. Blade length on that then is going to be UK legal. Probably should know this off by heart now. 2.7 with a 2.5 inch cutting length, or slightly 2.4 inch I should say cutting length, so very UK legal. And then on the back you get the pen blade. About 1.5 inches, again very UK legal. You can really see that Victorinox finish on this one. Just about see that there, you know, they're tumbled and they polish it. Nail nick, perfect edge, razor sharp out of the box. Honestly, there's not much I can say for the quality of these knives. Any of you are fans and have lots of them, you'll know exactly what I mean. But there we go guys, that's my review of the Victorinox Cybertool Lite. Unfortunately this one is discontinued, but you can find them on the secondary market. They're not overly expensive yet because they've only just been discontinued. But please be sure to like, subscribe and ring that bell for notifications, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.
Old-timers watch with a knowing eye. Young bloods learn, it's sharpening their pride. Slipjoint Sawyer echoes through the crowd. His voice speaks loud, blades singing proud. Slipjoint Sawyer riding through every piece of. Down a time's cold grip, Matt breads life with a careful slip.